Mariana Trench, Monsters, Facts, Secrets, Riddles and Legends. In our article, we want to talk about the mysterious Mariana Trench. This is the deepest point on Earth's surface. By and large, this is where our knowledge about this place ends. But the Mariana Trench and the monsters that live in it are an eternal topic of debate and speculation. Her secrets are as deep as she is. The first mystery of the Mariana Trench. One of the mysteries of the trench is its depth. Until recently, it was believed that the Mariana Trench, as it is more correct to call this place from a scientific point of view, has a depth of more than 11 kilometers. However, the latest modern technical measurements give a value of 10,994 kilometers. Although, it is worth noting that this value is very relative, since diving to the bottom of the Mariana Trench is a technically very complex event, which is influenced by many factors. Scientists talk about a possible error of 40 meters. Where is the Mariana Trench? The Mariana Trench is located in the western Pacific Ocean, off the coast of Guam and Micronesia. Its deepest point is called the Challenger Deep and is located 340 kilometers from the island of Guam. Answering the question of where the Mariana Trench is located, we can give its exact geographical coordinates: 1,121 NW, 14,212 ED. The place received this name due to the fact that the Mariana Islands, which are part of a state such as Guam, are located nearby. What is the Mariana Trench like? What is the Mariana Trench? The ocean carefully hides its true size. One can only guess about them. This is not just a very deep hole. The trench itself stretches along the seabed for 1,500 kilometers. The depression is V-shaped, that is, it is much wider at the top, and the walls narrow downwards. The bottom of the Mariana Trench has a flat topography, and the width varies from 1 to 5 kilometers. Its upper part extends for 80 kilometers in width. This place is one of the most inaccessible on our Earth. Is it necessary to explore the depression? It seems that life at such depths is simply impossible. Therefore, it makes no sense to study such an abyss. However, the secrets of the Mariana Trench have always interested and attracted researchers. It's hard to believe, but space is easier to explore these days than such depths. Many people have been outside Earth, but only 3 brave men dived to the bottom of the trench. Studying the trench, the British were the first to explore the Mariana Trench. In 1872, the Challenger ship with scientists entered the waters of the Pacific Ocean to study the trench. It was found that this point is the deepest on the globe. Since then, people have been haunted by the secrets and creatures of the Mariana Trench. As time passed, research was carried out. A new depth value was established: minus 10,863 meters. Research is carried out by lowering deep-sea vehicles. Most often these are unmanned automatic vehicles. And in 1960, Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh descended to the very bottom on the bathyscaphe traced. In 2012, Jace Cameron ventured into deep-sea diving on the Deepsea Challenger. Russian researchers also studied the Mariana Trench. In 1957, the ship Vityaz headed to the trench area. Scientists not only measured the depth of the trench 11,022 meters, but also discovered the presence of life at a depth of more than 7 kilometers. This event made a kind of revolution in the world of science in the mid-20th century. At that time, it was believed that there could be no living creatures at such depths. This is where all the fun begins. There are simply too many stories and legends about this place to count. So what exactly is the Mariana Trench? Do monsters really live here, or are they just fairy tales? Let's try to figure it out. Mariana Trench, monsters, riddles, secrets. As we mentioned earlier, the first brave daredevils to descend to the bottom of the trench were Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh. They descended on a heavy submersible called Triste. The thickness of the walls of the structure was 13 centimeters. She was sank to the bottom for 5 hours. Having reached the deepest point, the researchers managed to stay there for only 12 minutes. Then the rise of the bathyscaphe immediately began, which took 3 hours. No matter how amazing this may seem, living organisms were discovered at the bottom. The fish of the Mariana Trench are flat creatures similar to flounder, no more than 30 centimeters long. In 1995, the Japanese fell into the abyss, and in 2009, a miracle device called Nereus descended to the deepest point. He not only took a number of photos, but also took soil samples. In 1996, the New York Times published materials from the next dive. of the apparatus from the Challenger research vessel. It turns out that when the equipment began to be lowered, after some time the instruments recorded a strong metallic grinding sound. This fact was the reason for the immediate rise of the equipment to the surface. What the researchers saw stunned them. The steel structure was fairly dented, and the thick, durable cable seemed to have been sawed. This is the unexpected surprise that the Mariana Trench presented. Were the monsters that crushed the equipment, or representatives of alien intelligence, or mutated octopuses? A variety of proposals were made, each of which was more incredible than the previous one. However, no one found the true reason, since there was no evidence for any of the theories. All assumptions were at the level of fantastic guesses, but the secrets of the Mariana Trench have still not been revealed. Another mysterious story, another incredibly mysterious incident occurred with a team of German researchers who lowered their apparatus called Haifisch to the bottom. At some point, the device stopped diving, and the cameras installed on it gave an image of the enormous size of the lizard, which was actively trying to chew on an unknown thing. The team drove the monster away from the device using an electrical discharge. The creature got scared and swam away and did not appear again. It is a pity that such events were not recorded by the apparatus, so that there would be irrefutable evidence. After this incident, the Mariana Trench began to acquire more and more new facts, legends and speculations. Ship crews kept reporting about a huge monster in these waters, which was towing ships at high speed. It has become difficult to discern what is truth and what is speculation. The Mariana Trench, whose monsters haunted many people, still remains the most mysterious point on the planet. Indisputable facts along with the most incredible legends regarding the Mariana Trench. There are very specific, but incredible facts. There is no need to doubt them, since they are supported by evidence. In 1948, lobster fishermen Australian reported a large transparent fish that was at least 30 meters long. They saw her in the sea. Judging by their description, it looks like a very ancient shark Carcharodon megalodon species that lived several million years ago. Scientists were able to reconstruct the appearance of the shark using the remains. The monstrous creature was 25 meters long and weighed 100 tons. Her mouth was 2 meters in size, and each tooth was at least 10 centimeters. Just imagine this monster. It was the teeth of such a creature that were discovered by oceanographers at the bottom of the vast Pacific Ocean. The youngest of them is at least 11,000 years old. This unique find makes it possible to assume that not all such creatures became extinct a couple of million years ago. Perhaps at the very bottom of the cavity, these incredible predators are hiding from human eyes. Research into the mysterious depths continues to this day, since the abyss conceals many secrets that people have not yet come close to revealing. Interesting facts: at the bottom of the depression, living organisms experience enormous pressure. It would seem that in such conditions nothing living could exist. However, this opinion is wrong. Mollusks live peacefully here. Their shells do not suffer at all from pressure. They are not even affected by hydrothermal vents that release methane and hydrogen. Incredible, but it's a fact. Another mystery is a hydrothermal source called champagne. Bubbles of carbon dioxide bubble in its waters. This is the only such object in the world, and it is located precisely in the depression, which has given scientists reason to talk about the possible origin of life in water. In this very place, there is a volcano called Daikoku in the Mariana Trench. In its crater, there is a lake of molten sulfur, which boils at a huge temperature of 187 degrees. You won't find anything like this anywhere else on Earth. The only analogue of this phenomenon is in space on a satellite of Jupiter called Io. An amazing place. Giant single-celled amoebas live in the Mariana Trench, the size of which reaches 10 centimeters. They live next to uranium, lead, and mercury that are destructive to living beings. However, they not only do not die from them, but also feel great. The Mariana Trench is the greatest miracle on Earth. Everything inanimate and living are combined here. Everything that kills life under normal conditions, at the bottom of the depression, on the contrary, gives living organisms strength to survive. Isn't this a miracle? How much still unknown this place conceals.